Welcome to the Forever Cash Life Real Estate Investing Podcast with your hosts, Jack and Michelle Bosch. Together, let's uncover the secrets to building true wealth through real estate and living a purpose-driven life.
Hello there. Hey, Jack here. And today I have a guest with me, and this guest is one of our students, Neerav. Hey, Neerav, how are you?
Hey, Jack. Good. How are you doing?
Wonderful, wonderful. Hey, let's cut right to the chase, Neerav. So we are here on Facebook right now, streaming or broadcasting through Zoom. And you have been a student of us for how long? About a year and a half?
Year and like few months.
Year and a few months. Okay. And you have done how many deals so far?
Well, I'm finished like 20 plus deals and in process of some other under contracts, marketing, some under closing. So,
That's wonderful. 20 plus deals in the first year. In the housing world, people would go nutty over that. So first of all, tell us a little bit about you. Just tell us, how did you come about it? What's your background? How did you find us? And what attracted you to the land flipping?
So basically, I'm a dentist by training. I had a dental practice until last year, but I was just getting burned out with the whole the business, managing the business, having no time with the kids, and my wife's a dentist too. She has her own business. So we were just getting burned out with not having enough time for us, for the family, for the kids. So I was like, okay, we need to look something different. So I started looking with the real estate. Well, this kind of is exciting. But the problem was I was having a full-time business. I was the dentist and managing the business. So I could not be just going out and look for flipping houses. That's not going to work. So with the land, when I came across the land formula or the program, that make absolutely the best sense because I don't have to be working outside. I could work with my business and on the side and grow it, and I don't have to go out of the house. Basically, you can work with with your internet phone anywhere in the world. You can work with VAs to help you out with many of the things. So that makes perfect sense in my situation to start in the real estate world because I could still have my practice working on the business and keep working on the land program as in the real estate. So I started with that. I started getting some success, and I thought, okay, we need to give it more time, go in full time. So I put my practice for sale. I sold it last December, and since January, after transitioning, since February actually, started to work, giving more time and more full time with the land program.
Wonderful. That's awesome. That's so fantastic. So you sold your practice after you saw this works. That's a gutsy move. But you had also made I think something like $20,000 or $25,000 on one of your first deals.
Yeah. Yep. Absolutely. Yeah. It was first one was a self-financing deal, and as it mentioned in the course, you give your contracts to a title company, and magically everything happens. So the same thing happened. I just gave my contracts to the title company and they made it happen.
Wonderful. So awesome. So tell us, so you sold your practice now, and now you're doing this full time. And you just, before we went live, we just chatted a little bit, and you said you also spent just a few weeks in India just a few weeks ago. And you did another project with other dentists again in the dentist area. So what's the number one thing that this business has given you?
The number one thing it gives you is time. You just don't realize it. We think that it's about money. But what I realized in the last 9 months, that it has given me so much time to grow in other businesses, to grow in the family side, to go out, travel. And, just things still keep working. So you don't have to be just, working 8 to 5 every day on the weekends, things like that. So the number one thing I think it gives you is time.
Wonderful. Time, and of course, the money is certainly not bad either.
Oh, yes, of course. But that's what allows, the time.
Right. So exactly. So you have the money, and then because you have the money, you don't have to work harder. So you have the time. Right? Great. So now tell us about perhaps about one of your hardest deals or one of the what challenges did you encounter in this business, or an example of a challenge?
So challenge for me, myself, the most challenging thing for me is like marketing a property, so initially I was struggling a lot with, marketing. I get lazy with posting it, multiple times on different sites. So, but then, you hire, you look into what you can do about it. You hire some VAs, either which are already working in the area, or you either train somebody. But I went with, somebody, the company which we're only working with many of the other investors so they can, help you create the ads and post it on different sites on a regular basis. So you keep getting buyers from different sites. So otherwise, that was the most challenging part for my side. And the hardest deal is, I haven't had any major that, fell through. The hardest actually one was the seller went missing.
Seller went missing. That happens sometimes.
Find that, they stopped replying. Later on, found out that one of the other investors, got in the contract and they sold to them. So, but that's going to happen.
Yeah. So I remember there was one because you and I worked a little bit together on this in the coaching part of things, and you were one of our coaching students and obviously very successful. And you first came across a subdivision that had where you got 18 properties on a contract very quickly, but only 2 of them sold. And now that sounds alarming, but the reason for that, I believe, was that there was outrageous HOAs, right?
Outrageous HOAs, not very buildable lots, very smaller lots.
Right. So the moment you realized that, what did you do?
So we stopped. First thing I did was stop sending more offers to that subdivision because it just didn't make sense to get more and more in the contract. So, and start focusing time and energy in other areas where things do work or sell. So, first thing I did is, okay, whatever out of the 18 lots, found out which are the most best ones, and just market those. So we can have more success and just focus the rest of the time and energy to the area where things will work.
So exactly. So you basically looked at it, and that's a very smart move because that occasionally happens. That's why in the Land Profit Blitz and the Land Profit Lab, we talk about selecting multiple counties up front so that you immediately identify very quickly, this is a county, you get a lot of responses, but it's kind of like junk property, so you don't want to deal with it. This is an area that works really well. So you have done that really par excellence here perfectly. You found this area, got a bunch of properties on a contract. You did sell 2 of them.
Oh yes, I did. First 2 of those in that subdivision. But that also helps you to evaluate other areas. If you see a lot of properties just for sale and no sold, that raises a red flag that something is off.
Exactly right. So now since then you have done 20 deals. Tell us about your best deal.
The best deal, I got this property.
The easiest, the funnest.
Best ROI, I got this property under contract for $1,800. Sold it for $25,000 with self-financing, and the buyer paid $4,500 down payment. So there was nothing out of pocket, including the closing costs, everything, and I just get around $350 per month for 6 years.
That's wonderful. There's nothing. That is a beautiful scenario. If you do that, 350, that's $200 per year. 4 times 6 is 24,000. Let's say $25,000. $25,000 plus the 45. You make $30,000 on the deal.
Yeah, and doing nothing now.
Doing nothing. I didn't receive. That's awesome. So, so the number one thing it brought you is time, and how does that change? How does that impacted your life? The time.
It's so impacts both your personal side that I now drop my kids to school, bring them back from school. That's just priceless. That's the personal side. We can go out, we traveled to, we went to India last month for 3 weeks, and the last time we went was 2 years, and we were so stressed out because we both had to close our offices. Like it's closed, like there's no income, but we still have to pay all the rents, utilities, the employees, everything. But this time, since we already had one office, we didn't have to worry about, oh, we're gonna lose so much. So we had less stress. We could travel, and also on the other side, it gives you time to learn about other stuff. I'm learning, I could venture in some other businesses or learning new things about other businesses or real estate.
Right.
That's just priceless. It's just, you just cannot have a price tag on that.
That's beautiful. So what would you say to somebody who is like kind of like looking at this and is like, is this really true? Is this really this sounds too good to be true? Is this really, can I do this? I mean, you were in a situation that you worked quite a bit. I mean, and your wife worked quite a bit, and you have 2 little children, and you still got it done. So what would you tell somebody who's kind of like sitting on the fence, is like, is this real? Can I do this?
Oh, absolutely. So one of the initial videos in the course says about, like how you didn't knew about deed and title when you started. That was like the same exact thing with me. A year and a half ago, I had no idea what's a deed, what's a title. I had nothing about real estate. So coming from that to, doing so many deals, I had no idea about what's wholesaling. I thought like you go to a bigger store and you buy stuff in wholesale, like in, more stuff. I didn't know what's wholesaling, things like that. So that, getting, deals done, to selling your business and just getting full-time in this business, it just, I don't know if that's the best best thing to say about, okay, it can be done. It's not even my field, I'm from a dentist field. My old brother, sister, everybody is in the medical field. So we had no idea about all the real estate terms to begin with. So coming from that, within a year and a half to doing this full-time, it just a total turnaround of the whole life.
Yeah, that's beautiful. So it is possible, even with the time and with no knowledge. So awesome. So everyone, this is great. So we're going to finish the call right now. But if you have questions, just post them below. And then Neerav, perhaps you can hang around a little bit, or when you have time today, just chime back in, and our team is going to go in and we're going to answer those questions. Okay?
Yeah, absolutely.
Wonderful. So with that, well, thank you very much. This is exciting. $20-something thousand on one deal and 20 plus deals in a little bit over a year, while taking a few weeks vacation here and starting another side business with other friends, and having a family is fantastic. And that's only the beginning right now. Because usually what happens is you start out here and then you build your systems and you just keep growing from there. So super excited for you. Congratulations. And thank you everyone for watching. All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Enjoyed this episode? Then make sure you like, subscribe, and post your comments and questions below the video. We're looking forward to hearing from you.